What is up, people? This is a 1,000 kilometer review of the Ninja ZX6R 2014. Before I get on the bike and start talking about all the details and how it runs and everything, just want to point out the mods on this bike. Got the Two Brothers exhaust, Black Series, sounds amazing. That actually came on the bike, so happy about that. Another thing that came with the bike is these sliders here, engine sliders. I don't know if that's a bad thing or not, because if it falls then this is pushed into the engine. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but I didn't want to take any chances, so I put these no-cut sliders. Very cheap on eBay. So these were like, I got them on a bid, $10. I also got this seat cowl. Matches the green on the bike. Looks pretty cool. I put the green rim strips. I'm gonna change them soon to, again, green, but kind of a different kind of detail and look. I painted the inside of the windscreen black, so that adds another touch. Nice little touch there. What else? Put the steering damper. This is one of the main things I wanted to get for this bike, because I want to avoid the tank slapper. If you guys could see a nice close-up there. That was very easy to install, and again, pretty cheap on eBay. The bike also came with, man, is this crooked? Shit. That's probably because of all the times I take the cover off and put it back on. So yeah, once again, I got the fender eliminator kit. It was already on the bike, and I had these lights from my old fender eliminator kit. They're like much better than the ones that were on. They were just like round and pretty small, so I didn't like them. I put these, got a nicer shape. They're bigger, they stand out more. It didn't have a license plate light, which is pretty stupid. And once again, I have all kinds of pieces from all my bikes that I bought in the past, so I just threw all the pieces on. Yeah, so I put that license plate. It just sticks on with 3mm tape, and I wired it to the lights, which was pretty simple. I changed the grip. These are my favorite grips. I'm not sure exactly what model, but they are Pro Grip. They're the most comfortable grip I've ever had. I've been putting this on every single bike I get since I got my license. So these are one of the best. If you guys want to just take a quick brain scan here, just memorize that and go to Pro Grip on eBay and search for that. It's got like grip underneath the grip, so it's like a double padded. It's amazing. And also I had these grips here from my old bike. I bought it when I had my CBR, and it was red, and when I put it on, I just didn't like the look at all. So I totally forgot I had them, and I noticed that because on this bike, I guess depending on like how tall you are, your knees don't grip on the tank itself. My knees actually are right here. So I was thinking black on black, it's amazing. So tried it out, turned out pretty cool. I think that's about it. So those are all the mods that I put or already came on the bike. Oh, and of course the the tank sliders, those were carbon fiber and they faded. So I covered all around here with frog tape, covered the whole bike, and just took my time and quickly sprayed it. Now it's pure black, fits in with the bike perfectly. So that's all the mods. Enough time wasted here. I hope that wasn't more than 2 minutes. Probably was. But now we're gonna go into the review. We've come a long way. That's the Two Brothers exhaust. Really nice outside today. Perfect for a vlog. It was literally like thundering and raining like an hour ago, and it's like amazing how everything just totally changed in an hour. The first thing I want to mention about this bike after 1,000 kilometers of riding it is it has to be the smoothest bike I've ever been on. And I know I've been riding for like 4 years, I'm no expert, but I have been on many bikes, from sport bikes to cruisers to sport cruisers to street bikes, naked street bikes, like everything, like from the Suzuki Gladius to the V-Rod, to the Night Rod, to the GSX-R, to the Ninja 636, like there's just like countless bikes that I've been on, just like test riding and of course purchases, and this bike has to be the smoothest. The power it's manageable. Like I was worried, I'll be honest, at first, because of all those things you hear about people on 600s and 1000s and whatever. Like I was a bit skeptical, I'm not gonna lie. I was nervous that I would screw up and not be able to handle it, but you know, it is very manageable. As long as you control the throttle and you don't do anything stupid, you're fine. It's also good to take your time when you first get it. Like I had it on low power mode for about half an hour, and then I was just curious, so I kicked it into full power, gave that a shot, and I've never went back since. I never put it in low power since that first time, so that tells you a lot about this bike, because it's just fantastic in that mode and I don't want it any other way. When I said it's the smoothest bike, yes, I mean shifting, of course. It's really hard to explain. Like, engine braking is phenomenal. If you engine brake, there's no kick, like, you know, there's just, it is what it is, and it goes from like just going to not going. So it's like exactly what engine braking should be. So that's not a problem on this bike. And another thing, by being one of the smoothest bikes I've ever ridden, I mean, like, the braking is amazing. Like if you need to brake in like a quick respawn, it'll do it, and it has ABS and it has traction control. So I think those two, plus like the way this bike is built, braking is amazing. If you stop in a hurry, like nothing's gonna happen. Like you're stopping and it does what it's supposed to do, and it feels natural too. Even though you're stopping suddenly, it feels natural. So that's another thing that is supposed to be on a bike, and this bike has that. Another thing that I mean by smooth is, yeah, the braking, the shifting, we covered. The handling is crazy. Like when you're on this thing and you're going in a turn, you're like, you look at your speed and you're like, oh my god, I'm going like 80 in this turn, and I didn't even notice, because like you're doing it that well and that easily that you don't even know how fast you're going. That tells you a lot, because if you did a turn at like 90 on a bike that is hard to handle, you would know, because you're screwing up. But on this bike, it's just like, it's amazing. The looks on this bike have a lot to do with why I bought it. Like, yeah, I wanted a 600, and you know, to be honest, there's a lot of 600s that, yeah, they're 600, but they don't really do it for me with the looks. There's always a part of a 600 that I loved, and there was always a part of it that I also hated. So it was like balanced. But this thing, it has the looks and it has like everything you would ever want in a sport bike or in a 600. So it's like everything that you would want in a bike is nicely put in one, and I swear I've never been happier riding. Another good thing about this bike is the mods that are possible on this bike are countless. Like, there is so much shit you can do to this bike. Even if you get, like, let's say you buy a bike, okay? Like, for example, the green and black one. If you get tired of the look, instead of like saying, oh my god, I have to sell my bike out and spend money and whatever, you could literally buy all the fairings for this bike in a different color. Sometimes there's different designs. You could just buy it online for like $500, man, and you could get a whole new bike. Well, not a whole new bike, but it's gonna look like a new bike, because all the fairings would be different. Probably just paint the gas tank to match, but you know, sometimes that little thing can make a big difference. I know, like this was my dream bike when I was going for my license. So I know if I ever get tired of this, it'll be either because I'm too old and I can't take the position anymore, or because I'm tired of the colors. So the color problem can easily be solved if I have $500 to spare. But yeah, if anybody gets this bike, I personally recommend getting the Two Brothers exhaust. Like, I was fortunate enough to find this bike with it already on, because I was already in my mind. But if you get this bike and it doesn't have it, I think it's between $600 and $900. So maybe if you're buying it from a shop, you could tell them to add it on and throw it on the loan or something, but it's definitely worth having. What else am I going to say about this bike? Even just like riding it, like once you fall in love with this bike, just knowing you're on it, it makes you feel so much better. Like this bike has cheered me up on some rough days, so that's always good. Like, that shows you how much this bike is lovable. On long rides, this bike is not that bad. I've gone an hour away and an hour back, and of course I got tired a bit, but my hands got a little numb, but I think that had something to do with my gloves being tight, because I did the same route with other gloves, like looser gloves, and my hands were fine. So I don't know if it was because of the gloves or because of my body that day. I don't know, but this bike is not that bad on a 2-hour ride. 4-hour, I would have to see. It's very comfortable, not for a passenger, I can tell you that much. My wife was on the back, did a vlog on that if you guys want to check it out. She was okay until we stopped after half an hour, and then on the way back she was sore the next day, and yeah, she was not happy. So not very good for passengers, which is why I decided to get a seat cowl, because I could just switch it anytime she wants to go for a ride. And when she's not on, which is about 99.5% of the time, she could, you know, I could just switch it whenever. So for me it's very comfortable. I got used to the position after about an hour, and to me this position feels more natural than any other now. So, you know, position isn't that much of a problem. So yeah, that's oh, and the gas is not that bad, because it's a super sport, right? So the gas is not that bad. Granted, I haven't been riding as much because the weather has been shit, but there was a few weeks where I really took this bike out a lot, and I mean like every day for about an hour, and I was spending, I think, $20 to $25 a week, which is not bad at all. That's actually really good. So gas on this thing is amazing also. I don't have one bad thing to say about this bike except the mirrors. Like I said in my first video, the mirrors are horrible. I see what's behind me, like far, like on the side, but directly in back of me I don't see anything. Even if I tuck in my elbow, I can't tuck in my elbow as much as I need to, because the gas tank, see right here, I can't tuck in my elbow enough to see right behind me. So if there's a cop behind me, I will have no idea until it's too late and I get thrown on the ground. So yeah, that's the 1,000 kilometer review of this bike. Fucking amazing, worth every penny. Like I said in my other video, I got it for a crazy deal. I went to the shop willing to trade my bike during the winter, because I know like they have all these bikes around in the winter, you know, and obviously they don't want them there because it's fucking winter and it's getting crowded and they're getting tired of taking care of all these bikes. So they have sales. Maybe not a lot of people know about this, but they have crazy sales on apparel, helmets, and bikes. And this bike was I think it was like 8,200, which is already an amazing price. Like $8,200 for a 2014 Ninja ZX6R with 1,000 kilometers. That is bullshit crazy. That is already an amazing deal. And then, as if that's not good enough, because I went during winter hoping for a good deal. He lowered it to 7,000. 7,000 for 2,000. I can't say it enough. $7,000 for a 2014 ZX6R, mint condition, and 1,000 kilometers. That is fucking insane. So I was like, really? Like, oh. Oh, and by the way, I got a 3-year warranty on the engine. Free. So I was like, okay, well, I got this bike. It's 2015 Vulcan S, mint condition, and it only had like 2,000 kilometers on it. So I'm like, how much are you willing to give me for that? And he checked in the book, and I gave him the passenger seat with it. It had an exhaust on it. It had drag bars on it. It was just, it was crazy. Like, I wasn't expecting that much for it, but he said I have to give you 7,000 for it. So I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So basically, I did a trade for trade for this bike, and it was fucking worth it. That's all I got for you guys today. Take care. Bye bye then. Ride safe.